From beautiful Fargo, North Dakota, welcome back to the Sweet Shots podcast. Lucas Johnson alongside Chuck Johnson. Down a man. The parent is out of the house. Mark's gone. In his stead, we've got wonderful Nate Deziel, senior at North Dakota State University for men's golf on the men's golf team. Welcome in, Nate. Thanks for being here.
Welcome, Nate. Thanks for coming in on a slippery day.
That's a pleasure.
It's been
a beautiful day.
It is a gorgeous day here. I don't know why Mark would want to leave for Jamaica of all places.
I wasn't sure he's going to get out. The flight was 5 a.m., but...
Well, yeah, I was going to say they could probably beat the snow.
Yeah, they might have. But he did. He confirmed via text they did get out.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, me
missing
too.
out on all this stuff here. But yeah, now that this has been a long interview in the making. We've been trying to get you in here since like day one. So
He's a busy guy.
he's a really busy guy. Tough to track down.
Thanks for fitting us in.
Squeezing us in the
thank you, guys.
schedule.
Yeah. No, I was looking forward to this.
I hadn't seen you in probably 4 months. Last time was at Mord Country Club, but this is twice now in the last 12 hours I've seen you.
Yeah.
Yep.
New record.
That's
It
right.
is.
You guys, I mean, what's it like having a workplace that celebrates its staff so well? Brings them out on a nice
that's,
evening like last night.
You know, I've never actually gotten to do anything like that before, so that was pretty cool. And what a nice place like Sweet Shots to go do something. You know, you're always working outside, not
Mhm.
playing.
Mm-hmm.
You get to sit back, relax, eat some good food, and just kind of play some games with your coworkers.
Yeah,
Really
a
fun.
little holiday party for you guys, and that was cool. I mean, last night was it was a little chilly around
was
here.
cold.
I don't know what you guys thought out on the bays, but when I came and visited, it looked like there were a couple long sleeves, not necessarily bundled up.
Well, there might have been some beverages that warmed him up a little.
That helps as well.
I may have witnessed a beverage or two.
Yeah,
That
you
helped.
know, honestly, when I first got here, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a little chilly out there. But as soon as we got under those heaters, I'm telling you, you're not that cold.
Yep.
Something
Once you're
about
swinging,
those
it's
heaters.
just it's normal.
People are surprised by what it feels like under those heaters. What it
Yeah.
could be 10 degrees out, but yet your number of people I see out there in sweatshirts, it's pretty neat. So
Something to be said for the liquid courage to heat
And that
you up a
helps.
little bit too.
LJ, that
They make
helps.
some great drinks here. I think the popular one on one of our league nights was a Fireball cider.
I had that for
Did
the
you?
first time last night. 'Cause I play in our league, and
Yeah.
I was a little chilled, and I was ill prepared. Wasn't dressed appropriately, but I had that. I had the Fireball cider. It's good.
Yeah. It just sounds warm. It sounds
was.
like a warm drink.
Very warm. Didn't help my game at all.
Well, I don't know if there's anything that can help that.
Ouch.
Now here's my question, Nate. So you go to something like that, you go to a function where golf is kind of like it's like a secondary thing. As a competitive Division I athlete in your sport, right? Golf's your sport. Do you go Game 7? Do you try really hard at events like that, or are you just like, you guys go have all the fun. I'm gonna sit back here and enjoy.
So what the cool thing is I didn't really plan on being. I wasn't even gonna swing. You know, I was gonna just kind of, you know, if they wanted me to, I was. But I was just gonna kind of watch back, see the people that you work with that don't really get to play golf that often, or even come to a place like this. Just watch and see how much fun they have, because I'm having fun every time I go out there and do it, and just to see them put some smiles on their faces, you know, have a good time. It was kind of just fun to do that. I will say, we had a competition with a couple of our coworkers, my boss. We switched it up though, so we got one lefty that we work with, and my boss and I are right-handed, and we go, all right, long drive contest, left-handed for us and right-handed for him. And that was
Nice.
pretty cool. My left hand is a little rusty.
I saw a video of
That's
that.
impressive.
It was his left-handed swing.
I saw it.
It's not a bad move.
No.
but
Really good.
I like to play the hard draw is what I call that. Gets a little
not
more
quite
distance.
a snap hook, but it's somewhere right in the middle of
Mhm.
the
Well,
the draw.
I knew I was in trouble when his club head speed as a lefty is but more than mine, and I do it right for my entire life. I'm like, oh my God, I got to give up this game.
Well,
so
we
no,
t-
I saw you hit a few.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like we talked about it. I don't know when we talked, early late summer probably, but coming from a golfer's side of things is like, why can't we swing left-handed? We know all the fundamentals. We know all the, where we should be at. We should be able to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, I think it comes down to like how often are we doing this too,
Right.
though?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's once in a blue moon. We're just
Yep.
grabbing. We find a lefty in Lost and Found and start messing around with that.
Yeah.
Or it's you come to here and you see a lefty, you're like, oh,
I'll
let's
try
see if I
that.
still got it.
Yeah.
And you'll hit a good one here, but a couple more so bad than they are good. But it's always fun.
That's an interesting way to kind of level the playing field if you're out here, like yourself as a collegiate D1 player, come out with some buddies. I bet that's kind of a unique way to do it where, all right, I'll hit some lefties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That's and I've said that where it's just like if you ever want to feel like born again, like a newborn baby,
Yeah.
start playing golf left-handed. It's so humbling.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
That's like me trying to throw a baseball or a football left-handed. It's not a pretty sight.
I
Have
got-
you guys ever tried that?
I do not think I would do very well.
so
with
Nick,
that.
your son and I, we did that on last Thanksgiving
It's not
out
easy.
here when we were playing out here.
Yeah.
We switched to left-handed, and I'm left-hand dominant.
Yeah,
for,
you are.
Writing and hockey and shooting and all that. And so I was like, I could do this. And it took me probably 15 minutes of just constantly throwing.
Mhm.
Then I got it back and I could throw a decent spiral on it, but I couldn't throw more than 15 yards. So,
No.
then you got that's
Yeah.
a whole different animal.
Different
But,
deal.
yeah. I mean, that's doing anything opposite of what you normally do.
Right.
Is usually a pretty good indicator of,
Yep.
how
Challenging.
athletic someone is. So,
Yeah.
left-handed swing, that's pretty impressive right off the bat.
So I know you introduced Nate, but for those listening here, obviously you introduced him as a collegiate D1, plays NDSU. You guys played together for years, but maybe Nate, a little bit on your background. Where are you from? Where's your hometown? Maybe share that with our listening group.
So I'm from East Grand Forks. Easy transition for school wise. I know, growing up a Sioux fan, but that just wasn't in the equation.
Okay.
Mhm.
At that time, the UND program was kind of up in the air if it was even going to be available. And honestly, I mean, a little bit of luck, a little bit of talent in there. Got the opportunity to play for NDSU, and it's been the best decision of my life.
You
So
had a
it's-
good senior year of high school, right?
I
That was
did.
kind of the tipping point.
Yeah, so I was really persistent in emailing my current coach, Steve Kennedy.
Nice.
I wanted to play for them so bad. At that point, I really didn't have a whole lot of options. Looking at a smaller Division II school in Bemidji, that was probably going to be my first goal right there. Or Scottsdale Community College, seeing if I can't play a year there, and then see transfer on over and see what happens. But got that chance and haven't looked back ever since.
Did you ever remind Kennedy, or does he bring it up about how persistent you were on those emails?
Oh,
or reaching out?
I'll remind him, especially on like some of these snow days, because the one fond memory I have is for some reason I was at home, grass was looking all right, fresh snow on there, so I brought out my shag bag with yellow balls and I had my mom sit on the on her stairs and just record me. I go, all right, this is gonna be my last go here. I'm gonna take a video of me hitting some bunker shots, is what I call them, out of the snow.
Nice.
Sent that over to him,
Did
and
you?
he responded. So I'm like, okay, we got his attention.
yeah.
Love
That's good.
That's creative. I love that. Took it upon yourself to do some home video
Yeah.
and then send that on.
It is something to be said for being persistent. I mean, just through watching the process that Coach Kennedy has to go through every year when he talked about recruits and stuff like that, and some of the guys that we've heard about that have reached out to him. Sometimes it's the parent that reaches out instead of the kid, which I know he doesn't like that at all, and something to be said for a lot of college coaches about that. But persistence. I mean, if nothing else, just persistence. What's the worst that's going to happen? He's going to say, no, probably not,
Yeah.
So it was not to tarnish any of this, but so when you came in your freshman year, the first qualifying event of our season was the North Dakota Open. Still
Okay.
is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you were a junior?
I was a sophomore.
You were a sophomore.
Sophomore. So I had 1 year under my belt, conference championship under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
So we've felt pretty good. I went to every tournament my freshman year. Felt pretty good. And so then Deziel's coming on. You and Jed, right?
Yep.
Jed Baranchek.
Yep.
With Sue coming in. And I hadn't seen Deziel play. And I was wondering who this kid was. Who's East Grand Forks? I should know who this is. I don't know who this is. We'll see him at the North Dakota Open. First round, we see him. You must have played practice round in front of me or not with me or something like that. Because
Yeah,
I remember,
I think it was in the first group that went off. And you were
Yeah,
the second
I was
or
the
something
second.
like that.
So then we get to, it's the first day, Thursday.
Mhm.
Thursday, Saturday, Friday, whatever. And I'm hitting on hole 12 at Fargo Country Club, short little par 3. Then across the way, there's hole 15.
Mm-hmm.
That long par 3 we talked about with David yesterday.
Mhm.
Should be really easy.
Very hardest hole to hit the green.
Hardest
Far
hole to hit the
country
green.
club.
He
Yeah,
hits it
it
too.
It is not good.
Ugh.
And Boothy's
Not
got a
easy.
hole in one there, and then he
Yeah.
was lipping out for it's just brutal. But I look over and Diesel's on the tee, and I'm like, oh, hey, this is our freshman. I'll watch where he hits it. Whack. 4 way right.
One
I
of
mean,
those
it was-
ones you just don't ever want to talk
No.
about.
Yeah, thanks for
I'm
bringing it back up,
up.
LJ.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
now was he on? You on 15?
I was on 15, and my ball basically could have been looking like I teed off on 12 and airmailed the green.
Yeah, it was. I'm not going to say the word, but it was
Yeah.
pretty
Okay.
far right, and that
Okay.
was the first shot I had ever seen Nate Deziel hit.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure he recovered though. I bet you didn't sit and watch. I
You
bet
know,
he
four on
he
that
probably
hole is
made a
never
par.
bad.
for
Okay.
no, you
No.
can, as long as you're not making double on that
Yeah.
hole, you're doing just
Right.
fine. So I think that's a hilarious story because that in no way, shape, or form is the correct picture for your game.
Yeah.
Because we had a ton of success that year between winning tournaments, and then the next year after that we just kept growing,
Mhm.
and then last year was kind of the tipping point for you.
Yeah.
You went out and ended up taking the individual title at the Summit League
That's right.
Championship.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So-
unbelievable. That's a great accomplishment.
Yeah, that was it's by far the coolest thing I've ever done.
I mean,
I'd say.
that's cool. And I guess it's the same golf course that it's been at for your whole college career, right?
Mhm.
Sand Creek Station
Yep.
down in Newton, Kansas. And so, of course, knowledge becomes important around there. I mean, just having played it myself, knowing what's there, because there's some quirky holes out there.
There
right?
are, yeah.
Mhm.
It requires some shot making. Yeah, you really got to plot yourself around that course. Take advantage when you get, a look.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just it's different.
It is.
It's a good golf course, but it's different.
And then you throw 45-mile-an-hour winds on top
And
of
now
that.
it's
Straight
a beast.
straight
Yeah.
line Kansas winds.
Did you go into that tournament with your game in in good shape? Were your confidence riding pretty high? Or
So
were you-
that's where the interesting story comes in there. I actually started the year in the fall, first team lift of the year. We're doing some squats. Everything went fine. We're doing a simple core exercise on the ground. Hopped up off the ground and planted, and all of a sudden my right knee just gave out.
Mhm.
Waddled my way into the
I remember
trainer's
that.
room. Thought I was fine. Told her I was going to get back in there and continue going. And she goes, "No, I think something's a little more serious than that."
Hmm.
Got some tests done. Found out actually had a torn meniscus. So
Oh wow!
just getting up off
Just
the floor?
getting up.
getting off the floor. Yeah, very athletic. But
Golfers are athletes,
So did that push back then your obviously your season a little bit? Were
So
you
that
able to
did.
Get, yeah.
Okay. So I actually had surgery, which then limited. I could not play a single event in the fall. And depending on how surgery and recovery went, the spring was still up in the air.
Okay.
They were unable to repair my meniscus, which actually sped up the process for recovery. And I was able to get back, rehabbed it like heck, and was able to play the first event of the spring. And kind of, I was giddy. I wanted to get out there and play. I mean,
Sure.
After doing something like that, you're watching these guys, your teammates play. It's a different game.
Mhm.
You're a spectator. You're not the one playing with them every day. It was a weird
Yeah.
learning curve for me.
Okay.
But
Maybe lit a fire in you, maybe a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I want to get back out there and re-energized and
Well, I was just like, I wanted to be with the guys. I was still with the guys, but like,
Yeah.
I wasn't doing the same things I was used
there's
to.
something to be said for
Yeah.
between traveling and even practicing with them,
Mhm.
because during that time you weren't able to take many swings, if any,
Yeah.
at
Mhm.
all. So,
Mm.
yeah, that I can't imagine going through something like that.
Yeah,
where-
so that was a huge learning curve there, and I was just ready to go when I got cleared to play, and I basically just kind of continued my same, idea of I'm gonna hop on the course, got my game plan, and kind of play it by ear, and started. I think actually, all said and done, the injury actually did help my golf swing.
Maybe that's what I need.
I was able to
Torn meniscus.
Yeah, I wouldn't
How does
suggest
one
it,
do
but
that?
yeah, I was able to kind of overcome that by a little swing change, and
Okay.
it just helped with my consistency a little bit more. My dispersion got a little tighter, and
Sure.
I was able to just find more fairways and greens, and
Nice.
somehow at the end of the day, at the Summit League,
That's awesome.
rolled in a couple putts and
I was
came
going to
out
say
on top.
the videos that I seen, your putter was hot
Yeah,
that week.
that,
There was a couple 25 footers being made out there.
I mean, at one point in one of the videos I made the putt. I looked at the crowd and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah,
I was
just
shaking
making
my
them
head.
all.
I'm like, this is so fun, but I don't know what's
Zone.
happening right now.
So
That's
what were your splits again? I'm forgetting the scores each day. You remember what you shot?
I went 66, 68, 70.
Jeez.
Is that any good?
That's
So.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Dang.
Takes
And
you-
how many did
takes
you win by?
I believe it was 4 or 5.
Wow.
So
when you're coming to the 18th and you got a 4, how confident? I mean, you just like
well, see,
you
that was
club twirling every shot there. You,
That 18th hole is no joke.
yeah.
You're pointing at your competition like, I got this. I mean, how confident
Strutting
were
down
you?
the fairway.
You
So
gotta be.
honestly, I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention about my own score. I was, at that point we were like in it as a team. We were so close.
Yeah,
team
because
score.
it was
Okay.
you
So-
you guys in Denver, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it came down to that.
Okay.
So I started paying attention to the scoreboard on like 16.
Mhm.
And at that point we were even with Denver.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you guys get the team win?
We did not,
No,
unfortunately.
it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It was like,
So it came down to the last hole. I had a putt for birdie to tie us.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point I'm like, well, I got to give it a run, and just came up. I left a pro side, so I got
Okay,
that
there you
going
go.
for me.
Yep,
But
yep.
unfortunately, yeah, that was a tough one.
Okay.
And then, gosh, the emotions at the end of the day, at the end of the round, I just won the tournament, which I've never done before. That was
Yep.
an unbelievable feeling.
'cause
But then
is that your
seeing the
first
guys-
individual win too?
Yeah, it was.
That's
yes.
the first individual win. in
Collegiate
collegiate
win. Yeah.
and he wins the conference.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Oh,
crazy.
So, yeah. But like just to see the guys,
Yeah.
happy for me, but then me feeling
Yeah.
just that
Yeah,
inner anger that Denver beat us once again. It's
it
just-
is crazy.
Oh.
I mean, you look at again, we touched on it. The individual win, which you haven't done, that was your first collegiate win, which in and of itself is amazing. It's an incredible feat. But the way that you still felt towards the team side of things, where you're putting a team, you said you had to give the birdie putt a run. I mean, not for you. You had a 4-stroke lead. I mean, you
Yeah,
didn't have to give it a run, for you to do that. I mean, it speaks to your character, but it also speaks to what you guys feel out on the golf course. It is a team game. It's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like you look at. It's not like you watch on TV with all the guys doing the individual stuff, which
Mhm.
it is a good atmosphere out there. Obviously, a lot of drama on there, but you throw the little team aspect in it. As far as college wise, these guys are really
Right.
vying for their spots, and I mean, it's really really cool to watch. And I know, all my family was joking. Emily was joking, my fiance, and she was saying, now you know how we feel when we watch the scores because they only update every 3 holes out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sitting here on my computer hitting refresh.
Right.
Nothing's coming in. You guys
Mhm.
had a lead, then you didn't, but then you had it again, then it was tied, and then it was coming back. It was just,
Yeah.
I was sitting on the edge of my seat over here trying to get you guys across that finish line.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy. Another thing too is I think that's what why NDSU and our teams had so much success too is like we're playing for each other.
yeah.
It's not necessarily a one person team. We're always going out there. We're all in it to win it. I think that's what led us. The leadership I had coming in, being able to have teammates with you, Lucas, and just kind of finding my place where it's just like we got to continue this tradition.
And you're
I
the
think-
leader now, Nate, right? You're
Yeah.
The senior.
You're
Yep,
the
5th
lone-
year senior, the lone
super
one.
senior.
Yeah.
And then talk a little bit about the team that's coming this year, returning. You get some recruits in, or is it pretty much the same core that you guys had?
So
last
we
year?
basically have the same squad. We did lose Chad Baranchek, who I came in with. He is now on to law school.
He's smart.
Smart
He's
guy.
smart, man.
Boring.
Yeah.
Love
But
you, Jed, but yeah.
yeah, and then we picked up a stick. We picked up Jake Scarprud. So
Oh, yes.
he's going to
Fargo
be a
kid.
Fargo native.
I'm a
And,
little bit familiar with Jake. Yep.
Yeah,
He's been
so-
here a time or two
Yes.
working on a game.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah, so
That's
we
an
got,
interesting family rivalry too with the
Yeah.
Scarpruds. So
Mhm.
Jake's older brother
Mhm.
Alex plays for the Fighting Hawks
Mhm.
up at UND.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that could be another interesting one to have on here. A little rivalry,
So
sibling rivalry.
Scarp, and you got Simonich. So you got
Yep,
another
so we got
local
Ian
boy.
Simonich. He's from
Yep.
Fargo. Yep.
He had
Moorhead.
great-
Moorhead, I should
yep.
say. My
Moorhead,
bad.
let's-
Moorhead.
yeah, he's a
Spuds.
spuddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we
He's-
got
He had a great year in the fall.
Yeah,
It's
he
fun
really
to watch
did.
along.
Did he?
He's
Mhm.
he's budding really well.
Good.
yeah, and then we got Nate Adams,
Oh, yes.
Brock Winter,
Mm-hmm.
Jack Johnson, Gavin Cronkite,
Johnson.
and myself, I
That'd
believe.
be- yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say,
That's
I
about
think
it.
that's
Yeah, we
all.
got 8 of us.
8.
You know,
Okay.
I don't see a loss.
It's tough. Yeah.
I don't see a lot.
It's a
Yeah.
good squad right there.
I feel like we say that every week, and sometimes it
In
happens.
fantasy golf or
Yeah.
football, that's my deal.
I don't see a loss. No. Yeah, that's to me. You know, when you look at that squad and having played with them.
Oh, Beck Earholtz, can't forget him, and Josh Galvin.
There
So
you
I
go.
I missed 2.
You did
Okay,
miss
so we
but
got him. I put you
there
on the
is-
spot.
Yeah.
I put you on the
Apologies to those
spot,
guys.
Nate.
Yeah.
So.
Back, but I mean, between those two guys as well. So was there 8 of you?
Not 9 or 8. Yeah, one
Yeah,
of the 2.
Great. We're really good with numbers. But between any of you guys, you sprinkle in each one of those names. All of you guys can go low.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. It's crazy.
I mean,
we've
we
seen
had
it a couple tournaments this fall. You guys took it to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The last tournament, you guys took home the team win at the
ODU.
Outer
Yeah,
Banks,
That was
which
good.
I don't know if I mentioned that. That's my
Yeah.
favorite tournament ever.
Oh, I don't
Out
know if
there.
you mentioned that, but we talked about the results.
Yeah, my par free back 9.
Oh,
my
yeah.
final 9 out there. That was you were
Yeah.
along for that one,
Yeah,
weren't
I
you?
was.
Yeah, that was fun. That's a great tournament. You guys absolutely ran away with that one. That was
Yeah, we
not
did really well
particularly
there.
close.
So with this time of year now, Nate, is it conditioning? Is it strength training, or what's Coach Kennedy requiring or asking you guys to do?
Yeah, so we're on the off season. We're not required to have practices together.
Okay.
He knows that we're going to go in there and practice up in the simulator, chipping and putting like that. But we started our strength training, so we do that 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And my goodness, the guys are getting strong. I tell you what, it's fun to watch the progress that we've made.
It is interesting when you tell people that you golf in college and they kind of scoff and all this stuff. But
Yeah.
the work these guys put in,
Such a different
especially
deal.
in the off season,
Well, when I played for Mark. He was my
at
golf coach.
which one, MSU?
Well, I went up to UNDU first year, and then I moved home and played at Moorhead State. He was the
Okay,
golf
yep.
coach there.
That had to be an interesting.
There was no weight training. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? It didn't back then. I didn't know
You
anything
didn't
about
think
that for
about
the
it.
golf game.
Yeah.
For a game of golf, it was
Right.
that was left for the football team or whatnot. And
Mm-hmm.
Now
we had
we're
a heck of a
now
team,
they're
guys.
right inside, right
I
next to
know.
the football players
Mhm.
lifting in there.
I've heard
Yeah.
intimidating them.
Yeah, I don't think we're too intimidating.
How
to 'em,
about
but,
Fridays though? You guys still do
Yeah,
that,
so
right?
that's our tradition we got on Fridays. We have cutoff polos.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, as strong as we are, we still don't look anything as big as those football players.
It's very
but,
humbling to
It
be
is.
next to.
Yeah.
I mean, even some of the track and field,
Mhm.
the throwers out there. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they're warming up with my max that I just did. That's pretty cool.
Right. Right.
No, but it's fun. They get a kick out of it. We always get compliments or
Little
little
jabs here and
little
there.
jabs here and
Nothing
there
wrong with
about
that.
them. But
Uh-huh.
we have fun doing it.
Good.
It's a blast. Yeah,
And when's the season start then?
it'll
When's your-
start back up here in mid-February.
Okay.
So we'll get once we get back from winter break, we'll start indoor practices now.
Mhm.
Basically working short game, irons, woods, hitting
Yep.
on the simulator.
Okay.
And then what's nice is over our winter break, a lot of us guys travel down south. So we're able to kind of get like a good head start playing on the courses, practicing,
Yep.
which is nice. We can try, our games are very adaptable.
Sure.
It's not too difficult for us to go and take, these couple of weeks off or months off
Yep.
during the winter months, but just being able to get out there and, feel what the grass is like. A lot of our tournaments, we got to travel. So, being able to practice out in Arizona or Florida, we'll say wherever we go, playing on that grass, getting your wedges dialed in, even chipping, it's a good reminder where we need our games at.
And where's your first one in the spring?
It's in Georgia, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think we're going.
Never makes sense because we used to go out to California and that was
so I think we're done with
brutally
that
hard
one.
golf course.
The club at Savannah
Yeah,
Harbor. So we're going back
there. Did you
there.
play at that one before?
I did. Yep.
Yeah, and then we switched over to Goose Creek or whatever. So we went out to California for this one year. It was the year of the drought. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I do.
So we played our rounds, got eaten alive by the golf course because it's our first rounds out of snowbanks.
And my goodness, was it windy.
Blowing. We get back home, pull up Twitter. It was like 2 days after we finished playing. They had a massive fire on all their wild grass behind their tee boxes.
Oh, really?
And they had to shut down the golf course.
Yeesh.
So it was just,
crazy.
it was nuts stories like that. That's behind 5T or whatever.
You were just there.
We were just there. I didn't do it. I hate that golf course, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, you talk about hitting in the Sims to work on your game. There is a place in town that you can full flight watch your shots if you guys want to come and practice at that venue.
I've heard about it.
Yeah,
I heard it's pretty sweet.
We would definitely allow for NDSU and Kennedy and the team to come out.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, I'd love to have you guys out here, but that's even if you're just messing around like you were last night.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have some fun with it.
No, it's pretty cool.
Working on the left-handed shots.
Left-handed. You never know when you're up against a tree.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. But yeah, I mean, as far as, I guess not to jump too far back, but talk about your individual win at the Summit League Conference. When you're in the zone like that, are you figuring out, trying to hit different shots where it's just okay, I got to force this to happen? Or is it more just I'm going to hit it over there and just kind of see where it ends up?
So I would say I'm a pretty aggressive player. At that moment in time, I was just ripping driver everywhere. I had so much confidence with it. I'm I'm probably going to find the fairway here. Let's just get it as far as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I was just I was kind of just full attack mode, really.
Right.
Yeah. I was not really thinking about a whole lot. Just kind of taking the whole day in. I had more conversations, I think, that day than I ever have on the course.
That's what I was going to ask you, Nate, is when you're in the zone, do you have a preference relative to your playing partners? Stay away, don't even talk to me, or are you more social in your group?
It all depends on the group.
Yeah.
I mean, if the whole group's playing well, it's
Yeah.
amazing how the conversations are just nonstop.
Yep.
Say a guy's not doing that well,
Yeah.
Shut
you
down
kind
pretty
of
quick.
you talk to one other person and leave him alone. But
Yep.
it's just crazy.
We've been there. We've all been there.
We talked about the zone last week.
Yeah, we did with
Dave.
Yeah.
when he was firing his 29.
Yeah, he fired, I don't know if you were talking with Dave before the show, but he fired a 29 at Moorhead Country Club in 1988.
Oh, geez.
And we
In
were
a-
talking
in a
about
tournament.
in a tournament
Wow.
in 95-degree heat, which I saw some video of that.
Mhm.
Hilarious.
Oh, I know.
Hilarious.
The outfits alone are.
Yeah. I just bring back the 80s. I
Yeah,
think this is
it's great.
hilarious.
So
But-
we were talking to him about being in the zone.
Mhm.
And I think your dad even talked about being in the zone, right? That Far Country Club had a great front nine.
Yeah,
he was in the zone and
Fell far from the
then,
zone.
and then him and Boothie started talking about being in the zone, and it went sideways in a hurry. So you never want to talk about I'm in the zone while you're in the zone.
I think the one thing too for me is when I do get in zone, I'm talking about just random things.
Just anything that
Yes.
pops
I
in your
mean,
head.
I don't know what it is, but I'm not talking about golf. I'll say that.
Yes.
Yep.
It's just it's amazing to
Just
me.
keep
The
your mind off it.
conversations I'll have with my coach is just yeah. So what are we doing for dinner? I'm getting hungry.
Yep.
You got a snack, by the way?
Yep.
And then,
Yep.
Oh, also, hey coach, you got a Coke?
Yep.
Need a Coke.
Yep.
So it's just
There's a lot of truth
it's
to that.
Interesting.
Keeping your mind off of it. Yeah.
Not to get in the ditch too much, but there's a lot that, for instance, our cousin, Morkanai's cousin, bowled a perfect game, 300, which arguably we can debate this. Is it easier to get a hole in one or bowl a 300?
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my.
Not to toot my own horn. I have taken a bowling class, so
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
When I lived with you, every day after
Oh,
class,
Lord.
dude, Nate, It was really good today.
That was so good today.
I'm sure. Did you sniff a 300?
No.
Okay. So I've always said 300s absolutely are tougher than hole-in-ones. They got to be. I have 2 hole-in-ones, and I'm not that good.
Oh my gosh.
I'm never bowling a 300. And
There
Mark and
is
I
some
won
that-
the All-City in bowling,
Yeah.
but I'm never bowling 300. But our cousin did. So my brother Mark is playing with our cousin when he's bowling a perfect game. And the funny part of this is so our cousin was in the market to get a new golf cart. Mark talked about golf carts for 6 frames just to keep his mind. He goes, I was running out of
Golf
think
carts?
topics. Like, do you want a windshield on that? Do you want it tinted? Do you want what kind of color do you want? Mark goes, I was running out of subject matter just to keep his mind off of.
So did he
bowling.
know that he was trying to keep his mind
No,
off
but
of it?
the guys around him,
Yeah.
when he would go up and bowl, they're like, Mark, keep it up, keep doing it. Mark's like, yeah, I'm on it. The 10th frame,
Yeah.
he's struggling with what other topic with golf carts, but he
Cup
did
holders,
bowl the
size of
300.
cup
Yeah.
holders.
Yeah, so you want cup holders? That was part of it too. So
There is something to be said for having to, obviously, getting a strike is hard enough, right?
Yeah.
But then to do it
that many
12
12
times?
times? No
Yeah.
way.
where like hole in one, and you kind of just gotta.
It's one shot.
Maybe it
That's
goes
another
in.
thing
shot.
too. It
Maybe
just
it
takes
goes
one
in.
time.
It does. I mean, the feeling when you hit it, right, Nate?
Yeah.
Lucas, when you get that hole in one, isn't that
Oh,
amazing?
That'd be so good. I bet you that
Yeah.
would feel so good.
Mhm.
How many do you have, Nate?
I got one official, and then I also have one on the simulator. Now I,
Here we go.
So
Let's talk.
here's my thing.
Yep.
So I made it my senior year of high school,
This is the official one?
my official one.
Yes. In a high school match? Me?
No, it wasn't. It was in a match, but it was just with a bunch of my buddies that we
Okay.
always went on.
So
to
there were
play.
witnesses.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
four witnesses. We were playing. We had a 5-some, and
Where are
it
you
was fun.
playing?
We were at my old stomping grounds, Valley Golf Course,
Okay.
East
East
Grand.
Grand.
How long of a hole?
It was 205.
Nice.
So it was,
wow.
it was a
That's
good,
a
good
big-
poke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of all the par threes too on that course,
Yeah.
thank goodness it was on that one because 3 of them are inside 150.
Okay.
So
All right.
So that's the real
That's
one.
legit.
You
Yeah.
got like a legit.
Did you see it go in?
We did, yeah. It was pretty cool.
Yep.
High buttery cut, landed. I'd probably say 10 feet just short and trickled in like a putt.
Lovely.
I don't even know.
Really, really good.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd ask for a better hole in one.
That's beautiful.
That is really
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm. And then let's talk about the one that you're kind of questioning on a sim.
Yeah, so it was actually, I don't know if it was last winter or the previous winter before that. I was up practicing just one day with a couple of my teammates, and all of a sudden we were playing on this par 3. We were on the course. We weren't playing, so that's why I don't know if I can call it a hole in one either.
Mm. Okay.
We were just hitting shots on an actual course, just randomly, just boop, right in the hole.
Going in.
I'm like, well, that was interesting.
How far was it?
That one I think was about 180.
Okay.
So I mean, we were just
That's a good-
working on,
yeah, good
Yep.
call.
working on some shots because
Mhm.
backtracking now with NDSU. One thing that we really working hard at is our par 3 scoring.
Mhm.
We found that like our par 3 scoring, we just give so many strokes up. So we were just working on, let's simplify it.
Yep.
Let's see what we can do a little bit different there. So we got a little bit better at that, and so we were practicing that, and boom, just went in the hole. So the reason why too, I don't claim it was a hole in one, is you don't get the satisfaction of grabbing it out of the hole.
Go to grab
You
it
know?
out of the hole.
That's fair. Yeah, if you've hit a bunch of balls, now you got to go randomly
Yeah.
find the one that might have been
Exactly
the one.
right.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. And then to be able to taunt your buddies with the ball in your hand, like
Yeah, and then
"Ha-ha."
Like
exactly.
Zach did to me, like your son did to me.
Yes, who had been
So for
playing
those
golf
that, yeah,
for 2 years. Go ahead, LJ.
For those that haven't picked up on it, I do not have a hole in one yet. I've been playing golf my whole life.
Yes, you have.
Touchy subject, to say the least.
Have you been
Very
close?
I have come very close.
Okay.
And I was actually going to say, so your first hole in one, 205 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Fargo Country Club, hole 6. I hold out from 205 yards. I can do it on a par 4,
Yes.
but you put me on a par 3 tee box.
Yep.
I
It's
have
a
yet
different
to
deal.
make one. It's unbelievable. I did the same thing. I hit a chunky little toe chunk 5-iron that rolled right up there just like a putt and fell in for eagle from 200 some yards.
So you have the ability, LJ. We know that.
That's not in doubt.
Yep.
Yeah. But I just
So
can't clutch up when I need to.
So has Nate heard the story about you and your cousins playing a little golf, and your sister was there too?
Yeah, and Grandma was there. She
Yeah.
was there. So I don't know if you had heard that story, but we were all. It was kind of like a cousins day or whatever, and we took Grandma out to the par 3 course at Fargo Country Club, and we were just all playing. Grandma was hitting a couple chips and putts, and we were having a good time. And we were playing, and we get to hole 5. Hole 5, the pin was in the front. It's kind of that 2-tiered green.
Mhm.
Pin was in the front, and I think I hit a decent one over on the left edge of the green, something like that. And then Grandma gets the idea, oh, I should take a picture of this. I should take a picture. And so she takes her camera out, and Zach's going, and so she snaps a photo of Zach hitting his shot, and that's the only picture she took of the day. And sure enough, this ball goes whoop, one hop dunk.
One hopped in.
Unbelievable.
One hop dunk right into the hole.
Wow.
And I'm standing back there with my club, and I see this thing going, and I just go,
I'm done.
Yeah.
I just threw my club to the side. And like, I'm super happy for him. But
Right.
Zach's been playing for 2 years.
2 years.
And
Just
just one
stupid.
hop dunks. And he's going crazy. He's running all over the
He ran to the.
box.
Didn't he run to the
He
hole?
went
Yeah.
straight to the hole. Oh my gosh. And then he pulled it out of the cup and
Yeah.
then at his graduation party, because that was his senior year. So
That's
his
right.
high school graduation party, you guys had it framed or something like that. And when I showed up, he brought it over and he put it right by the signing.
No, he
the signing book, so I could
Nice.
see it.
That's a
That's
cousin
awesome.
jerk move.
Yeah, that's really.
What's
yeah,
crazy
really
is, Grandma. That was the only photo she took. She has a picture of his swing.
good.
Of,
right at
I mean,
right.
not many people
uh,
can say they got a photo of their
The
hole
hole.
in one shot.
Yeah.
That's
No,
pretty
not
cool.
At all.
Yeah, I was happy for him. Good for him. Really good for him.
Yeah.
But so you talk about, and we were going to kind of get into this, but you get into, do simulator hole-in-ones count, or
Mhm.
what would you rather do? Would you rather make a hole-in-one for like your first hole-in-one on the golf course, hole-in-one on the simulator?
Right.
I think the easy answer is going to be, well, you got to make it out on the golf course. But for a guy like me that's never made a hole-in-one,
Right.
Anything's going in.
Right.
I'm
I'm
gonna
counting
count
it.
it.
Counting
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
if you
count
made
it.
one today out here at
Yeah.
Pebble,
Yep.
you're counting that.
That's a hole-in-one.
So his dad last week playing men's league. We get done playing men's league, and he's like, "Hey, we got a little time. Let's practice the number 7 at Pebble, the 87 yarder. We're playing with these 2 guys, and okay, closest to the pin, and we're taking turns, each hitting 3 shots. And I knocked one to like 1 foot 6 inches. I'm feeling pretty good about myself, and then
Mhm.
Dippy Mark gets up, and his first one just short, but right at it.
Well,
Then-
doesn't he start with an 8-iron?
yeah,
Yeah, he was doing that last
he was-
night. He was just
That's like
this
his favorite move
chippy
ever.
7 or
Yes, I don't
something.
know what he's
Just to
trying
say
He
to
goes,
that
"Oh,
he
I
could
could
do
do this all day."
I mean,
Yes.
he pounds like 3 of them straight right, and then he gets up there and he hits this little flippy 8-iron.
Yes. Yeah, he hit 6, 8-iron shots, and one of them hit the green. I'm like, okay. And then he finally pulled out the wedge, and his second shot just all over the pin. And we're watching the screen, and one hop, boop, all of a sudden,
No way.
HIO. I'm like, what is that? Oh, hole in one.
No way.
Yeah, and he's running the tee line, high fiving anybody who cares. Just
So he got like
obnoxious.
what, 1 high five out of the deal?
He got 2. Scared the 2 guys.
That's
So
good.
we debated. He's like, "Yeah, I'm counting that. Are you kidding me? It's a hole in one."
So okay, I'm gonna not rescind my statement, but on a closest to the pin competition,
Okay.
not counting it.
What?
It has to be in a round. You have to be
Really?
playing.
I see, because you're sitting there hitting multiple shots.
like
at
that.
Same
target.
shot
Yep,
over
I
and
would
over
agree.
again.
That's fair.
You gotta
But
be-
if you're playing around, like last night in my league, if I would have
Made a
one
hole
of
in
the
and
par 3s,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, I would completely agree because like you playing throughout the round, start to finish, and boom, you make one
Yep.
throughout that time. Yeah,
I like that.
The other twist is on a par 3 course or not. So I gave it to Zach because it was a par
Right.
3 course.
Right.
I let him have it.
I know.
But there's a serious case to be made against if it's made on a par 3 course,
Yeah,
doesn't count.
I've always heard yardage too. It's got to be
Over
a
above.
minimum yardage.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something that's legit or not, but in my mind, it was like, okay, it's got to be above.
I think
100
there's
yards.
excuses for everything, right?
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
is.
just
Mhm.
stipulations. But I mean, technically, the Fargo Country Club par 3 course is a USGA regulated golf
it
course.
is.
Or rated, not regulated, rated.
Mm-hmm.
It has a
Okay.
slope and all that stuff because
Okay.
they use it for junior tournaments.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to let them have it. He can.
You're gonna
I'll
let
allow
him
it.
let him
I'll
tell
allow it,
people he
yeah.
has one. Nice, LJ. I always thought there should be a way, and I don't know if I should speak publicly about this. Somebody might steal this idea. Is for us to be able to indicate we've had a hole in one.
Wow.
If
Yeah.
that's a wristwatch, if that's a ring, USGA should give us something,
Yeah.
and then you engrave on there. Hole in one, Mord Country Club, hole 6 is where I had mine.
You know what? Why don't we just start a Stanley Cup?
And then we just sit here like this.
Just pass
Just
it around.
engrave your name
Yeah.
on it every time you make a
Whatever,
hole in one.
but we just sit here and flash our rings to LJ.
Yeah.
There's got to be something. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
bag tag. We start simple with
Just having a bake tag. I made a hole in one.
yeah, laugh. But I'm
Bumper
going to
sticker.
bring this to Shark Tank.
Sure.
I think the team would be all over it.
Oh yeah.
You can give it a lot. I did hear. So if you're lucky enough to play Augusta National, and you make a hole in one on Augusta,
Okay.
so you can't bring your phones out there at all.
Oh, you get to bring your phone.
No,
Oh.
no, you like get a picture right with your ball and all that.
Ooh.
Then they frame the scorecard and then give you some really nice.
Yeah.
You gotta pay like $500 for it.
Oh,
or
for
something
stupid.
like that.
Oh.
Of course, that's what happens.
I think that's not Masters conspiracy theories. This is just Augusta National going to play. But yeah, I think it's something ridiculous like that where like you can't take a picture of it with your own phone because you can't
No.
have your phone out there.
But then they're
And
going to charge you
and then
for
they're
a
going
phone.
to charge you. Here's your picture frame if you
You
want.
did
it.
really good. No,
Yeah.
Here's
$500
your
bucks.
bill.
Take a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's not confirmed, but I definitely read a story about it. So yeah,
Well,
yeah. Hole in ones.
I had
that's
my second hole in one. It was at the country club. I didn't pay for the hole in one insurance. I'm not gonna. yeah.
Oh,
I hightailed it out of there
yeah.
without.
See ya.
Yeah, it could have been an expensive day.
Fair
I'm like,
enough.
nope, going home.
I gotta go home. Yep.
Gotta go
Wife's
home.
calling.
Well,
Yep.
and that's Mark hung around all the rest of the night. If he's going to count it,
Yeah,
he's
but
got to
he
buy
didn't-
drinks
He
for
didn't even
people.
buy a drink.
That's what I'm saying.
He said, "I'll buy you a beer." He never did.
If you're going to count the hole in one, okay. Here's the
There's the other-
here's the other
yes.
caveat.
Yeah.
If it doesn't matter if you're going to say you're going to count the hole in one and then you make a hole in one.
Yeah.
You have to follow the hole in run rules.
Yeah, you do.
You have to buy drinks for people.
You know, I agree. I heard something quite wise, and I'm trying to remember who told me this. Do that, but just go into the bar and say, I just want to buy a keg of beer. Keg of beer.
Mhm.
Say, everybody have at it till the keg's dry. That's a heck of a lot cheaper than everybody gets a round
Gets in their own
I
because
would
drink.
agree.
all day. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody that comes into the club, a drink on me, that's going to
Yeah.
add up in a hurry.
Yeah, no, I like that too. You just
Mhm.
get a keg
So
of
when,
beer.
when you make one finally, LJ, go keg a beer on it. Okay?
Michelob Ultra,
All right.
only 96 calories.
I love it. Times 12.
Times 12. I mean, oh, one. I can have a couple more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's talk about the hole in one deal. That's a tough. It's a
No,
tough
I
thing to
like
do.
how you just said it though.
Mm-hmm.
During a round on a sim or out here, count it. During a round of golf.
Yep.
If you're playing 9 holes out here on like last night on Bethpage, ugh,
You guys played Bethpage last night?
brutal. For Mark and I, Mark hits it a little further than I, but every par 4 you have 240
I
in.
was gonna say, what
That's
tees
not
did you
fun.
guys play? Because that's a long golf course.
Yeah.
Legit, every par 4 we had 220 to 240 in. That wasn't even fun.
Rude awakening right there.
Yes.
Mm.
Now you guys would probably have $150 in, but for Mark
Well,
and
but
I,
even, there's something to be said for like the top level of golf. You can back them up, and they might have 185, 190 left in. But
Mhm.
you think about it, that's still only like a 7-iron,
oh
6-iron.
yeah, tough game, guys.
No, I'm just saying, like you can back them up as much as, but guys are so strong now
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
It's
even
crazy.
at 200 yards, they're still hitting a relatively decent scoring club, as
That's true.
opposed to having a butter knife in their hand.
So what's
Figure
your
that
what's
out.
your 180 club? 175, 180. What are you hitting?
It depends.
Yeah.
175, I'm going 8, but 180, I
8
might, I
iron.
might have to hit 7. Depending on
Are
the
you
shot it
kidding me?
recalls. Yeah.
There is
I'm
a lot
hitting
that
5
goes in
iron.
there. Get you
And
a
hoping I get a fly or lie. Are you kidding me? What are you
little
hitting?
chunky
LJ?
round. Well, like Nate was saying, it does depend on a lot of factors. If we're just 175 raw number, it's 8-iron.
No, it doesn't. It's just yardage. You guys are,
No, think
But-
about it. Think
yeah.
about it. If it's 180 to a back pin,
oh my goodness.
and it's in between, that's in
At
between
180,
my
I'm hoping I hit the green.
That's why I'm going to give you the best way that you can hit this green. And if it's a 180 on a back pin, I'm going to take 8-iron because I can swing at it and know that I'm not going over the green.
Oh.
If I try and choke down on a 7-iron and catch it even a little firm, I'm over the green, and now I'm really busy.
Yeah, that's why you guys are D1 collegiate golfers.
I'm a professional now, Chuck.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
Thank
true.
you.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is, I guess we can touch on that too, as far as like when you get into certain situations, you say you're a little more aggressive player, but like you come into a scoring situation where maybe the team needs a birdie here or there and you catch a tweener. What's your go-to? Are you taking less and swinging harder, or are you going more and swinging softer?
I mean, yeah, if we're talking back pin, I'm taking less.
Mm-hmm.
But if it is a front pin, I'm probably going to take that little extra club and try to take a little off of it, or, I at least give myself a look. That's what I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm known for taking on back pins. The blue pin, that's my nemesis.
And when you say taking on, like you're going,
I'm going right at
You're
it.
going right at it.
And then,
And how often are you chipping back because you went over?
quite often.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
and then
that
from
doesn't-
those spots,
but
I'm very
you-
short-sighted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But you got good hands.
I'm getting
though.
better.
You're notorious. You got good chipping skills, from what I've seen.
Yeah, if you've got the game for it, you can go
Well,
at
that's
those
like
pins.
Tom was saying. He's like, I feel more confident on a short-sided chip than I do a 35
long
foot
putt.
putt.
That was,
Mhm.
And he's making millions of dollars. So
he's obviously doing something right.
he's probably
So-
hitting more greens. So
Did you tell Nate about what we probably? So in a PGA event, it was the Houston Open or something.
Houston was when we came up with it. Yeah.
We thought, could the three of us, Mark, LJ, and I, make the cut playing scramble at a PGA event? We asked him, and he's kind of like,
We asked Tom. Yeah.
yeah, we asked Tom. He's like, well, I don't know your game, Chuck, but I know theirs. Yeah, it was a lukewarm
It was-
response.
it
I
was
think
possible.
it's
He was
possible.
He was very much like, it depends on where you guys are playing. He's
Yeah.
like, the last week
There we
tournament
go.
out in South Carolina, and he's like, you guys can make that one.
Yeah.
Houston, he was like, no. Then we got on Augusta. He's like,
Not a chance.
Not even.
He's like, not a chance. There's no way you're making that.
I think it's
Yes,
funny you keep bringing this up, though, because we brought it up with Boothie, too. We're just going to speak this into existence.
Well, I think it should happen. There should be 3 knuckleheads or even a foursome that's allowed, invited, call it what you may, and do a PGA event. And it's as a consumer, as a watcher of the event, I'd love how tough is this? And watch us 3 and somebody else go play. How do we do? We're out there walking down the fairway with 20 Phenom, and we're like doing a scramble. I wonder if we could make the cuts with these guys.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I said we could make most of the cuts out there.
Yeah, you
on a
guys
scramble.
are as a scramble with a couple like Mark and I. Yeah, I'll make the
Yeah.
putts. You guys just keep hitting 8-irons from 200, and I'll make putts.
Now,
Yeah.
now winning the tournament, I think
No.
that'd
No,
be a
that's
different
where you get a
story.
little-
But making the cut, I think you could do fairly well.
Well, the challenge is going to be at night because we're going to go out. We're going to recant every shot. We're going to have 12 ultras.
We're going to buy a keg.
The next day, the tea time's going to come
Oh.
early.
Yeah.
Tony's going to be upset with us because we're not feeling the best. So it's
We get carts, though, right?
no,
Yeah, you're walking.
You're
That's what
walking.
I would say too. Is if you're gonna do this,
you got to
You
walk.
gotta
you
walk.
can have a caddy, but you got to be walking.
That. Yes,
God, you know how slow that round would be?
it'd be brutal.
It would be slow.
It'd be
Feel
super
bad
slow.
for the
I wouldn't even have to hit my driver. You guys just drive it. I'll meet you up at the ball.
There we go.
Or
I
the
can speed it up.
negative too, though, is Mark, or you rained on my parade in that you can't have any beverages whatsoever on the course.
Yeah, that was Mark. We'll blame Mark on that one.
Like, what? At least at the turn, I should be able to crack a beer. But he's like, nope, can't do it.
What are they going to tell you? You go in the restaurant, you don't look like a player. You can go
What are you
right in.
saying?
No, I mean, you walk into the
Yeah.
bar.
Get
Maybe you got your visitor's pass on your
Yep.
in your hip there.
I
and
have
you're
no
like, "I'll
idea."
take an ultra, please.
Yep.
They don't know.
They have no idea.
They got no clue who you are.
I think it'd be fun.
This is eventually you're going to speak it into
I think
speak
it will happen.
into existence.
We
And it
can
could
make this happen. The 3M event. We're going to get invited, guys.
Well, maybe even start like a new event of the year. You know how they do. You know how they're doing like the match coming up here
Yep.
with Tiger and them. Let's
Yes.
just start. They
I like
always do
it.
this thing with amateurs or
Mhm.
celebrity stars. How about we just have a tournament where each group is now playing with the
I like this.
a 3-shot or
Couple-
a scramble team
Couple
versus a pro.
Joes versus the pros.
Yeah.
I love that.
Joes versus
The
pro.
pro-
Joe, look at that.
This is, I like it.
No big deal.
And you
Just
honestly,
came up
what
with
you
that.
could do is like for the tournament wise, you could do it in a match play format.
Mm.
You know, you eliminate that pro, and you're
You keep
playing this
going
next scramble player, you're playing them,
Ooh,
and see if a pro can now beat a couple of Joes
I
on the
like
scramble
that.
team.
That would be
Who
fun.
knows?
Entertaining.
That
great.
could be something right there.
This is
I
what
think-
you got to take to Shark Tank, Chuck.
Okay.
Forget about your stupid ring.
Hole-in-one ring. The stupid ring. Okay. I
Yeah.
think Mark Cuban would be all over this.
You would think.
All right.
He's the only shark I know. I can picture their faces, but Mark Cuban's the
Yep.
only
Lori.
one. Lori?
Yeah,
You
Lori.
watch
had-
Shark Tank a lot?
Nah, I used to.
Every now and
Lori's QVC gal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway.
You mentioned the match, and that's coming up. That's my birthday present from the PGA Tour on my birthday, Saturday, the 10th.
Remind me of the pairings.
So you got Tiger and Rory versus Spieth and
Heard of 'em.
J2. JT.
Mhm.
Justin
Oh, my
Thomas.
Easy pick there.
Oh, boy.
You said
Is this a
you picked
match,
him.
like match play?
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I think it's
Over
it's
by
best ball.
Hole
The-
10?
The deal is like it's only 12 holes.
Oh. Because Tiger can only walk 12? Or
But
is
he's
he
on his
Right.
cart
carting?
though, didn't you
Yeah,
see? He
they-
got
they
his
got a
whole
heap.
decked out his new cart.
Are they
Yeah.
all carting it?
Yep.
They each get their
Okay.
individual cards.
Okay.
And I think it has something to do with the light because it starts prime time. It's like 5 o'clock our time,
Are they perfect card? Where are they playing?
Florida.
Oh. Okay.
So something to do with light, or okay, maybe it's pre-recorded. I don't know how they do it.
So
'cause,
this
like,
is Saturday?
sunset's Like
Oh,
yeah,
I think don't they do it live though? Because they're all
Yeah.
mic'd up and stuff.
yeah, but
too.
doesn't it get dark out on the East Coast by 6 their time?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
It's dark over here.
Why did they start sooner, earlier?
I don't know. I thought I had it pulled up where it was
Anywho.
talking about
So
Yeah.
Rory and Tiger.
Ryan Tiger versus Spieth and JT.
Well,
I know.
didn't Tiger just have to pull it because he had shin splints?
Plantar
That's- yeah, he
fasciitis.
He can hit any shot he wants though.
He just
That's
can't
what he
walk.
said.
Nope,
Now he
he
doesn't
just
have
can't
to
walk.
walk.
Now he doesn't
We're
have to
about
walk.
to see
It's-
How
yeah,
JT and Speed have no chance.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but JT, I feel JT's gonna just talk a ton of trash
Okay.
and try and get in there.
Because that's going to help get in Tiger's head.
Yeah.
You try to
when-
intimidate
when,
Tiger.
when your dad's in the backswing blowing air horns. It's
Yeah.
supposed to not bother you.
You said how many holes are they playing?
12
Match. Okay.
The only thing I will say is JT and Spieth, they're pretty good they're good
They're
They
buddies.
are.
They
Yeah.
know
They're
each
a
other
good
well.
pair.
The President's Cup and
If they
Ryder
get
Cup
hot,
record
you're right.
is good.
The
You're
energy,
right.
the vibe is going to be high.
Good point. And this is best ball?
I believe so.
Okay. You're right.
I'm still choosing Tiger and Rory.
Yeah,
All
I
day
would
long.
too.
You're a Rory guy,
I'm-
though.
yeah,
That
I
wasn't
love
even a
Rory.
choice.
Always been a Rory guy.
I agree.
I think it could be sneaky. Rory might get a little squirrely with the driver.
No way.
Tigers, this is his first round since like July when
Who's,
he missed the cut at the Open.
Who's the number one player in the world right now?
It'd be Rory.
Yeah, it
but
would be Rory.
you, got,
bombing
you
it.
And who-
touched
and-
on it.
and-
Spieth and JT.
Speed
Look
just
at their
was like
Ryder Cup
18
record.
over at the last tournament. And
No, you talk about whatever we
it was terrible.
remember. Mr. Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, he finished
he
20th.
was.
He finished last.
was 20.
Dead last. Had a good vibe on
Thanks-
Tommy.
thanks for
Flowing
picking
locks
that one.
Fleetwood. Dead last.
Dead last. But hey, we had the winner.
We did. But when you have the
Winner
dead
and the
last
loser.
guy, it's not good. Oh, well.
Yeah, it was a tough week for the boys on fantasy, but
So it's your birthday this weekend, LJ.
it is.
24?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Besides sitting and watching Rory dominate, what else? Your big plans?
Not much.
Okay.
No. Shanley High School has a Christmas concert going on this
Yeah.
weekend. Nice little plug for them here.
Good.
Great. I hear the director is fantastic.
I've heard
Yeah,
that.
I did
I've heard
too.
that.
It's my fiance for those of you that don't know. So I'm gonna go support her, watch the concert.
Good.
She threatens that she's gonna slip "Happy Birthday" in there, and I said that's probably not
No.
gonna fit in with your theme. So if you don't do that, that's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then just hang out with some friends. I think pretty
Good for you.
pretty low key. At a certain point, it's just
Mhm. Yeah, when
I
you're
don't like
24, it's
Yeah.
old hat.
Yeah, I wake up in the morning, I'm just sore now.
Yeah,
you know,
please.
so.
Whatever. Until you're 49.
Yeah, well, are
Mhm.
you 49?
I'll be 50 this year.
Really?
Yep,
Big
turned the big
50.
50. Scary.
Wow.
I know it doesn't look like it, guys.
Oh,
but
you're looking good.
Thanks,
I think
yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
hair.
right.
If Mark was here,
It's the hair.
if Mark was here,
Yeah.
he'll be 54 4 days after me.
That's right.
So that's that was part of the video clip that Dave shared with us from 1988. I got to show you this because it's Mark was chipping, and then they zoom in on him. The dude's got full lock of hair.
Yeah, he had thick
Really?
hair.
Like a lot of it.
Well, this was probably a year or two prior to he had a perm.
I heard about that.
Mm.
Mark had a perm.
Curly locks going.
Yeah.
Like, nice look.
Perm. I think I asked him, "Why'd you do a perm?" I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that.
Nate, don't you have some familiarity with a perm?
Yeah.
Did you have
no. Yeah, one I think it was about this time, right during Christmas break.
A couple of years ago, right?
Don't know what
Did you lose a bet?
No.
I
I
did
didn't,
it work.
I didn't do anything.
It worked
But
out
yeah,
really well.
I go, do I do it? I'm like, I'm just gonna do it.
Mm.
I
you did?
regretted the moment after, but then it it grew on me, and I'm like,
That's
okay,
funny.
this isn't that bad.
It did.
Yeah.
You made it work. Yeah,
I love
looked okay, but
The
The
when
moment after.
Well, I was like, like even during too, you put those rods in, you're like, oh my goodness, what is going on here?
Yes.
I go, oh boy, we're in it for the long haul now.
What was the feedback from friends and family? Is it,
I got a new nickname. It's
Uh-huh.
called Curls.
Nice.
and not the ones he's doing in the weight room.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it was a little mixed. Majority were good.
Okay.
Some
All
were
right.
bad.
Like I was saying, no,
I'd
it works for some people, but like just the thought that my dad at one point, Mark had a perm
Yeah.
and he's now bald.
God,
Right.
So I think that's really funny.
thank
Yeah,
goodness
rock it
I-
while you can, Nate. That's
yeah,
the
I know.
that's the motto here,
One of these
Particular.
days, I'm sure I'll be in that same position
right?
sooner or later.
It's tough. I'm
unfortunately.
hoping. I heard, I keep hearing that men get their hair, 80% of men get their hair from your mother's side.
Yeah, I've heard this.
And I think all of my uncles and my grandpa on my mom's side had a good head of hair. So
You got that going for you.
I got that going for me, which is nice. So, yeah, I mean, there's our little tangent on the day.
Yeah.
Perms.
Perm.
Talking perms. Do you think there's any photos of Mark with a perm out there?
Oh yes, I might even have one or two.
Good.
That should be the new podcast picture.
There we go. Mark's not big at fathead. One of those. Did you ever have one of those as a kid? The fatheads. You
Mm-mm.
put those on your wall.
That was me as a kid.
Not,
my
I
kids
was looking
did.
at Nate
Yeah.
when we were talking about that.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you-
My son
and
did.
Zach had?
Yep, yep.
fatheads. I always wanted a fathead.
We
Never
could
got
still
one.
get you one. It's almost your birthday.
I'm good.
Who do you want? Nate and I?
I want Nate looking at me
Yeah.
every morning. Yeah, we get a nice picture of Mark with a perm. That'd be good.
As a
Hey, when you're
fathead.
not here to defend yourself,
We got to pick on him.
Mhm.
free game. Free
Agreed.
game
When he bailed on us to go on vacation.
To Jamaica.
to Jamaica.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would want to leave this beautiful snow
Agreed.
snowland. Well, warmth has its perks, I suppose. He's not even golfing down there, too.
I
That's
heard.
what he said. Not even going to golf.
I wonder if he
Cool.
comes back with an accent. Jamaican accent, maybe.
I guarantee he tries it once.
I bet he does. Mhm.
Tries it once. Like Michael Scott from The Office. You ever see that?
Mhm.
Like when he comes back and he's like playing the steel drum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he will.
Mark's got to have something up his sleeve.
Certainly.
So we're probably going to wrap this up here, Chuck. I don't know if you got any last
No,
minute questions for Nate.
Nope. I think this has been good. Appreciate you taking time to step through a little bit, your background and
Yeah.
how things are going at NDSU, and look forward to watching you guys come this spring. Sounds like you guys are going to have a heck of a team.
Yeah, is there a spot people can follow the NDSU men's and women's golf teams?
There's no official spot other than we do have a Twitter account.
Ooh.
It's NDSU men's golf. It's just NDSU golf.
Okay.
They post updates on tournament days, scores, basically any update. And then we also have just our NDSU men's women's golf website.
Which I've been out to back in the day when you were playing. That was
Mhm.
informative. You could see where you guys were that particular week and events coming up. So
Yeah.
I think for that fan out there that wants to track either
Nice.
the men's or girls,
Nice.
go out and to the website and see that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can see, history of all the players that
Right.
played for
A lot of
NDSU.
stats.
Yeah, stats are good. They've been updated. You get to see, different events that you played
How-
throughout the years.
How updated?
It definitely got updated.
Am I still fourth in school history?
I think I just passed you. But
shoot.
A fourth and
top
what?
10.
top 5.
Yeah,
We'll call it
top
top 5.
Career
Stroke.
scoring average
Really?
for NDSU.
Who's number one?
Don't recall if it's either Andrew or Van Holmgren. I don't remember.
I think it's Van.
That's number one. Okay.
Yeah.
This
But
is
that
stroke
honestly-
average.
It
Yeah.
was 71, and that is borderline going to get beaten here.
There you
Ian
go.
has finished
Ian's-
out this fall at 71.18,
Ian did.
I believe.
Really?
He's good.
Kid's good.
He's really good.
This is
We're all good,
career
but-
average. This is career. So this is
Oh, that's
over-
just for
For
this
the-
year though.
right.
Yep. But he's a
So
sophomore,
Yep.
so-
assuming Ian continues this trajectory of
Mhm.
continuing to play where he's at and maybe even getting better. That's what you're saying, Nate, is
Yeah.
that record's probably
Yeah.
gonna get beat.
Yes.
there's a lot of good talent out there.
Yep.
I gotcha.
But
Okay.
yeah, when I graduated, I was fourth in school history.
Okay.
So
That's impressive.
Now
and you're
I am
now
now-
fourth or third?
I don't know exactly.
You're just
all I
ahead of
know is I
LJ.
am one ahead of LJ.
That's all you
That's
gotta
all
know.
that matters.
when I
That's
left, you
beautiful.
were one behind. Now you're one.
I
in
love
front,
it.
So
Yeah.
that's
Cool.
good. That's good. Now I don't have a chance to go back. I do have a year of eligibility left because I didn't use my COVID year. So watch out.
But you're a pro.
Yeah, I don't know how that
How's
works.
that going to work?
I have no clue.
LJ. Jeez.
But just keep you on your toes. You never know.
Uh-huh.
I got a year left. So,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Thanks again, Nate, for coming out here. This has been awesome. Go follow NDSU Golf on Twitter. Follow along. Cheer them on, both men's and women's. It's fun. I think the women are going. They already went to Hawaii, right?
They did. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the last one in the fall.
Must be nice.
Cool.
I was promised Hawaii and I never got to go, so kind of a bummer. But anyway, that's going to do it for our show here in the wintry Fargo, North Dakota, St. Andrews room at Sweet Shot. Well, Mark is down in Jamaica, so good for him.
Yep. If he's
Um,
listening, have fun.
if he's listening,
Be safe.
But have fun.
Have a red stripe for us.
a few.
Can you get an ultra there?
I don't think he can.
Red stripes.
Red stripes. That's what you get down in
Mhm.
Jamaica.
Anyway.
So
Well, thanks for having me on.
You
It was a
bet.
pleasure.
thanks, Nate.
Yep.
Yep. Good seeing you again.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.